Alrighty. Hello, thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Lyles Armour and I will be your moderator for today. Before we get started, I wanted to go over a few reminders for those of you who may have not attended a webinar from rezStream before. First and foremost, this webinar is going to be recorded. We will have a copy sent to you within 24 hours after this recording. We will also post it on our website under our Education Center. Second, please use the Q&A feature in Zooms to post any questions you have for this webinar topic today. We'll do our best to make sure we cover all of those as we conclude the presentation. If you do have some quick one-off items, you can use the chat feature, but we'd rather you use that specific Q&A feature for questions for Zoom. Reserve the chat feature for some technical issues in the event you're experiencing some challenges. Lastly, please do check out our future monthly webinar topics on rezstream.com under the Education tab. You can view previous presentations as well as sign up for future sessions. All right, okay, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Liz Brown, who is the VP of Customer Delivery here at rezStream. Liz will be walking you through the must-have PMS reports for health checks. I'm now excited, and I know you guys hopefully will be as well. So Liz, why don't you go ahead and kick it off?
Thanks so much. As Lyles mentioned, we'll be reviewing our recommended must-have PMS, which stands for Property Management System reports for health checks. So let's get started. To get us going today, I'll share a bit about myself in the event I haven't had the chance to work with you or your property before. I'll spend some time reviewing who rezStream is and what makes us so special. From there, we'll get into the top reports we recommend your property using to gauge your business's overall health. Then I'll recap the major takeaways and transition into the Q&A with Lyles' help. So, my name is Liz. I'm the VP of Customer Delivery at rezStream. In my role, I oversee the teams who help service our customers, whether that be marketing, website design, or software support. Therefore, if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out. I've been with rezStream for over 11 years now. Wow. So chances are I either know the answer or the person who can get you the answer. I'm originally from Illinois, so I'm a Midwest girl at heart. However, I've been out in Denver for the last 14 years. I got married in Colorado, had my daughter in Colorado, so you could say I've planted some roots. Speaking of my daughter, she recently started crawling, which is the big news in our household, besides our dog getting skunked for the second time this past year. And for fun, I enjoy taking walks, hitting up my local yoga studio, reading books to my daughter, and traveling to new places. When it comes to rezStream, we're a small business helping other small businesses. Specifically, we're focused on independently owned properties. I promise you will not find another team of people who truly love what they do and show up every day wanting to make our customers' lives better. Although we're headquartered in Denver, we see ourselves as an extension of our clients' team, and we have 100 years of combined industry experience. So we've been around the block a few times. For those of you who don't know what we do, we provide that one-stop shop experience for lodging properties when it comes to their PMS, website, and digital marketing services to streamline and or grow the business. Enough talking shop, let's get down to business. The next several slides will cover what we view as your must-have reports and key metrics featured in those reports to keep a pulse on your business's health. I'll be referencing our own PMS reports from rezStream Cloud, but these reports should be readily available from any decent PMS platform. First report that I'll be covering today is the booking pace by unit report. This report reveals how well your pricing strategies are working. If bookings are more or less than your forecast, it signals that pricing is potentially either too low or too high. It also helps you predict your future occupancy. You can instantly see which changes you need to make to outperform last year's numbers, such as increase, decrease rates, or add and remove minimum night requirements. You can also see when the property underperforms compared to previous years. From there, you should match this data with natural disasters, seasonal changes, local events, and marketing strategies. This helps you understand where you need to make changes to optimize your revenue. In an ideal world, you would look at this report every week to understand how the next few months are trending. However, if that's not doable, make it a goal to review at the beginning of every month. Key metrics this report covers includes total nights booked for the evaluated period, average occupancy, average rate booked, total lodging/unit charges, as well as any package charges. Here's what rezStream Cloud's booking pace by unit report looks like. This reflects the overall picture for a particular property for 2022 as of June 5th compared to 2021. But as you scroll down the report, it breaks it down for each unit to determine which ones are easier or more challenging to book, which can help make decisions regarding marketing, such as special offers or adjusting your OTA inventory rules. The next report we recommend looking at is the sales by channel report. The sales by channel report shows the amount of revenue that was brought in from various channels, including the booking engine, phone, walk-in, email reservations, or OTA reservations. These reports are especially helpful to identify which channels are your largest revenue generators. Channel production reports will all operate a bit differently, but in the case of rezStream Cloud, you can see a breakdown of total sales and reservation details by channel. You can use this report to audit your distribution strategy and determine what's most valuable and where you should focus your attention. For this report, we recommend reviewing every month. For me, the key metrics include channel and total sales. On this slide, you'll see a screenshot of what the sales by channel report looks like. As a reminder, to calculate your direct versus OTA distribution, you would add up the booking engine, Google Hotel, and PMS line items and divide by the total. If you're not getting over 50% of your bookings from your direct channel, we should talk digital marketing services. The third PMS report we'll be covering today is the sales by channel excluding changes report. Unlike the sales by channel report, this one does not take into account any cancellations or modifications made after the initial booking. We use this report to confirm if Google Analytics revenue tracking is correct to measure the success of your website and marketing efforts. Google Analytics does not track any cancellations or modifications made post-booking, so this report will give you a true apples-to-apples comparison. We recommend confirming tracking is working every month so you can address any issues if those popped up in the last 30-ish days. Similar to the sales by channel report, the key metrics include the channel and total sales. Here's an example of what the report looks like from rezStream Cloud. If you were to check Google Analytics against your booking engine, you would want to add up the booking engine and Google Hotel line items with the total revenue reported in Google Analytics. Keep in mind, the PMS report is your source of truth. So if you're seeing very different figures in your Google Analytics account for the same time period, your implementation of Google Analytics is the issue. It's not the booking engine. For the fourth report, we recommend looking at the rate plan unit type metrics report. This report will show you performance associated with a particular rate plan. Most properties have different rate plans, whether they're promotional, government rates, corporate rates, etc. So the rate plan unit type report will help you see which rate plans and promotions are helping you generate the most revenue. We recommend reviewing this report monthly or weekly, depending on special offers being promoted. For me, The key metrics from this report include the rate plan name, booked nights, average stay length, occupancy percentage, and average daily rate. And for those of you using our RezStream Cloud, here's what that report looks like. For our last report, we'll be reviewing the canceled reservations by in-house date report. This report shows canceled reservations with lost revenue based on the date the reservation would have taken place. Therefore, if you're seeing more vacancies taking place for a particular time period, you can take action to fill those up. With most properties adjusting their cancellation policies due to COVID, we recommend keeping an eye out on your cancellations to determine if further management or policy changes need to be made. For example, if you're getting a lot of cancellations from your OTA channels, you may want to limit inventory so you're not limiting opportunities for a higher quality of guests from booking with you. To begin with, we suggest reviewing this report every few months and go from there. Key metrics include arrival, departure, unit nights, average daily rate, and unit revenue lost. Here's an example of what that report looks like. Before we recap, I wanted to share a bonus tip for those of you who were not aware of this feature in RezStream Cloud. Automate. So automate these reports being pulled and sent to you by using the subscribe feature. We know there are some reports that you need to run every day, every week, and every month. So to assist you with these efforts, we encourage you to subscribe to any report that you need on a regular basis and have it delivered directly to your inbox on a regular schedule. In addition, sharing a report is as simple as forwarding that email. Otherwise, feel free to add users to your RezStream Cloud account so those users can get the reports they need when they need them. Let's recap what the major takeaways were from today's webinar. Number one, reports will give you valuable insight into how your property is operating and help improve processes. Number two, depending on your property type, some of these reports may be more helpful than others. Number three, schedule reports from your PMS so you'll always have the latest data at your fingertips. All right, that concludes today's webinar. Lyles, I'm going to turn it over to you for the Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Liz. That was really amazing. And hopefully you guys were able to capture some good information. At this point in time, again, we want to open it up to Q&A. So if you haven't already put a question in, please take a moment and think about how this presentation can apply to your business. You have a great resource in Liz Brown, who's touched a lot of clients and helping them understand different ways to improve their business. So before I start to go through the list here, just want to make sure everybody had a chance to push a topic or a question to the top here. Okay, Liz, the first question I have for you, and I think everybody would love this one here, is should I strive to hit 100% occupancy?
Yes, that's a great question. So first thing I'll say is adjustments to rates and whatnot that are solely based on just one metric like occupancy while ignoring others in many cases is kind of incorrect. And that can really lead to significant revenue and profit losses. So instead, I would encourage you to review your booking pace report to determine what the demand strength is. If you're pacing ahead of previous years and you expect to sell out, you should definitely increase your rates. If you're pacing behind, then you should lower the rates to see how that impacts bookings. So if you're selling out at 100% occupancy, demand is strong and you should have the ability to increase those rates. So you're getting more bang for your buck while not putting the maximum amount of stress on your employees and properties wear and tear. So by paying close attention to that booking pace report, which is one of my favorite reports, and making those adjustments needed frequently, you can grow your revenue pretty nicely.
Thank you for that. And I don't see any follow-up to that. So I'm hoping that covered that answer there. This next one here is around the booking pace report. The question is, what is the difference between unit and package charges seen in the booking pace report?
Yeah, okay, that's another great one. So think of unit charges as anything tied to the rate plans that you're creating for any accommodations, lodging, units that you're making available for people to be able to book from your property management system. So I think of unit charges as anything associated with lodging, accommodations, rate plans that are associated with those units. Package charges only includes dollars associated with any packages that you have set up in rezStream Cloud. So one thing to note is that point of sale items being purchased, that's not going to be reflected in that package charges. That is completely separate.
Good deal. And if you are a current rezStream user of our cloud software, you can reach out to our support team directly. They can walk you through some of these reports, how to set up the subscriptions and have those automated to your inbox. Another question, I was wondering if this topic would come up. It's around Google Hotel. Why would I want to include Google Hotel when calculating my direct versus OTA distribution?
Yes, so this is continuing to be something that we have to reiterate. But Google Hotel is a meta search engine. Meta search engines like Trip Connect, for example, which is another channel connection we provide in our rezStream Cloud. Meta search engines are directing any potential guests to your online booking engine. So anything coming through your booking engine is tied to your direct booking channel. So it is extremely important that you include those channels' performances in your overall direct booking distribution. So meta search engines, while they're competing against OTAs like Expedia and Booking.com, you're not having to pay commission for those meta search engine reservations. They are referring those visitors to you directly, where you truly own that guest relationship. So it is very important when calculating how many reservations you're getting from your direct versus third-party sources that Google Hotel or any meta search engine is included in that direct booking distribution category.
No, that's great. And I am not seeing a follow-up. Looks like, okay, that was confirmation. Looks like they're satisfied there, Liz. So I'm not seeing any other questions come through. So before I close, give you all one last shot. Otherwise, you can obviously directly reach out to rezStream, sales@rezstream.com to get a hold of us directly. We will be following up and sending this webinar recording via email to you all within 24 hours. You'll also be able to visit our website, rezstream.com, visit our education center for a copy of this recording and the opportunity to sign up for future webinar sessions. And since I'm not seeing any other questions, we will let you all get back to your busy day. Have a good one, and we hope to see you at our next session. Bye-bye.